everyone, it's Alpine Queen and welcome back to Dragon Quest XI. Last time we finally teamed up with Hendrik and now he's officially on our side, which is great news. And we made it at Panglai to Angri-La, which is... It reminds me of Phenomenon but not corrupt, if that makes sense. So we want to go to the High Hall, which is another one up. These bunny things, they're everywhere as well. Light the fires, prepare the pots. Yeah, everything is on levels, which is quite interesting. I imagine that looks High Hall-ish. Welcome, Luminary. This is the High Hall of Angri-La. His Holiness awaits you within. Here we go.
I welcome you once again to Angri-La, honored luminary. As I believe you know, it is my privilege to serve as High Lama of this most sacred temple.
I am to address you as Your Holiness, correct? Might I ask what you and your people know of my companion?
Why, everything, of course. We have awaited his coming ever since the day he entered this world, in the castle of Dundrasil.
Waiting for him? What do you mean?
I mean exactly what I say, nothing more. Tell me, do you recognize the symbol on this banner? It is the emblem of Dundrasil. Since the age of heroes, the princes of that nation have come here to train with us for 6 years of their youth. Your young friend was born a prince of Dundrasil. Thus did we expect him to come here as a boy and study under the great Grand Master Pang. Sadly, that was not to be.
So if fate had been kinder, you would have spent a good part of your childhood. What of his tutor, this Grand Master Pang you speak of?
When the Lord of Shadows brought the World Tree low, the Master set out to summon a magical mandala to protect the temple from destruction. The spell succeeded, but its power was too great. Grand Master Pang did not return.
A noble sacrifice indeed.
Now that the Master is gone, it falls to me to guide you. Come to the field of discipline. It lies behind this hall. There is something you must see.
It is a shame that the Grand Master cannot be here. I would have liked to meet one so noble. Come, let us see what His Holiness has in store.
I will say, Hendrik's character has warmed up quite a bit since we first met him, or even since we first started working with him. So, okay. We don't get to see much of Angri-La at once, it's all split up, but it does look very much unscathed by the calamity. It's very regal. Ooh. This is the kind of area that I'd love to explore for red chests, but I can't even go outside of here, it's outside the map. Okay, no detouring.
Beyond those doors lies the field of discipline, where students of Angri-La strive for enlightenment. Before we tread upon this hallowed ground, let me tell you a little of our history, and of the luminary of legend himself, Erdwin. Before setting out to defeat the Dark One, Erdwin came to our temple to learn from the wise ones, who made their homes here even then. The first Grand Master, i.e., accepted him as a disciple, and trained him in the secrets of spiritual realization. But he did not train alone. During his time here, he met someone who would change his fate forever.
Who was this person?
Another of Ai Yi's disciples, a young mage whose talent outshone that of all who had come before. A man named Morkant. Erdwin and Morkant would train together every day, each striving to outstrip the other. Though they were fierce rivals, they became firm friends. When their training was complete, Morkant joined with Erdwin in his quest to slay the Dark One. Without Morkant's magic, he might never have prevailed. Before setting out, they carved an inscription into this stone, a pledge of eternal friendship. It has been a treasure of ours ever since.
Morkant. I have not heard the name before.
Now allow me to show you to the field of discipline, if you would be so good as to follow me.
Interesting. So this is an inscription of their eternal friendship. We two sworn companions, Erdwin and Morkant, do hereby pledge to lay low the Dark One, though it may cost us our very lives. May this pact stand from now until eternity. Wow, that's pretty cool. Let's continue to follow His Holiness. This looks very... This reminds me a bit of Doctor Strange, actually. That's the first thing that I thought of.
Welcome to the field of discipline. Since the age of heroes, many a would-be warrior has spilt sweat and blood upon these flagstones. If your karma had been different, this is where you would have trained under Grand Master Pang, like all the princes of Dundrasil before you. I have brought you here so that you might stand in the footsteps of your ancestors. An unbroken line leading all the way back to the age of heroes. Even your grandfather, Lord Robert, completed his training here. The memory of his achievements shall live long in the temple's memory.
His achievements?
Pang was a harsh master. With this implement, disciples whose efforts were lacking were given motivation, directly to their fundament. It became known as the Naughty Stick. During the course of his 6 years of tuition, your grandfather's right honourable posterior was paddled an unprecedented 10,000 times. The tale of Lord Robert's road to enlightenment lives on to this day. Every disciple knows that he must focus at all times, lest he face the same fate.
A legendary achievement indeed.
You are worried for your grandfather, yes? Do not be. Lord Robert overcame every challenge set for him by the Grand Master, and emerged stronger every time. The fall of the World Tree would not have been enough to extinguish one so resilient. He is alive. I sense it. Tonight there will be a modest feast in the High Hall to celebrate your long-awaited arrival. We would be greatly honored if you would join us. We may not be able to aid you as we would have done were Master Pang still with us, but in this respect at least, we can provide.
That night, the High Lama holds a banquet in Apple's honour. The long-suffering disciples are overjoyed to have an evening's respite from their training, and eat, drink and dance till the early hours. Then morning comes.
Awake at last, It is high time we were on our way. If the Grand Master was still alive, perhaps we might have learned something to help us in our fight against the Lord of Shadows. Sadly, it was not to be.
Rab becomes more of an interesting character every day. His right butt cheek was hit 10,000 times. That's incredible. Anyway. Yes, this is the kind of place where I'd expect to be littered with red books. Whether or not they will give us any recipes is a different question. But no, it's full of wisdom and history and all that fantastic stuff. Let's get out of here though. Do I want to... Was there anything interesting this way? No, it's literally just a chamber, a bed chamber. Okay, this is this like another main area? Are there going to be side quests, other things? I imagine maybe not, because whenever I checked the quest catalogue, the last available... Oh, never mind. I take it back. The last, Okay, so there's a bunch of new side quests that we didn't have before. So, that's interesting. Okay, there's a bunch of new side quests that I've not seen yet. Let's just continue. Kid... This looks amazing. You know another thing this reminds me of? In Mario Odyssey, Bowser's Kingdom, this is what it reminds me of as well. It looks stunning. What's this? Okay, no, that's where we came to get out of here. I will be the shield this temple needs. Okay, that is not the High Llama, but we'll speak to him anyway. Ah, Luminary, I trust you slept well last night. His Holiness awaits you outside. It seems he's keen to wish you luck on the next stage of your journey. He said he intended to speak with you alone, but I hear raised voices coming from the other side of the door. What could be happening out there, I wonder? Maybe there's someone else who wants to speak to us.
And the hermit? What news of him?
Forgive us, Your Holiness. The monsters on the mountain path were too strong. We were unable to reach him.
I see.
Your Holiness, is there a problem?
Yes, Sir Hendrik. I fear there is. You see, 2 weeks ago a hermit visited us, unannounced. Then just as suddenly departed for the top of the mountain.
Alone? Whatever for?
That I do not know. The moment he heard that Master Pang had passed away, he ran from the temple. He was last seen climbing the path to the summit. The mountain has become infested with monsters, emboldened and strengthened by the rise of the Lord of Shadows. It is a perilous place indeed. This being so, I dispatched a group of disciples to return him to safety. As you can see, things did not go quite as planned.
I have trained all my life for a moment such as this, and yet I have failed in my first true test. I have brought shame upon Angri-La.
Might we be able to offer some assistance?
I thank you for your kindness, but you are guests here. I cannot ask you to undertake such a dangerous task.
A knight of Heliodor does not abandon an innocent in need. These people have shown us great kindness. It is only right that we do them a kindness in return. Would you not agree?
Thank you from the bottom of my heart, but I cannot allow you to bear this burden alone. I shall come with you. We must depart for the summit of Mount Panglai without delay. After exiting the temple, we will take the path to the east in order to begin our ascent.
Okay, so we have now been tasked with the mission of returning a hermit. Whoever this hermit is, we don't know, but it seems like he was after the Grand Master, who is unfortunately no longer with us. So, the High Llama said to... a side quest. Let's speak to this person. Whether one emerges from battle in triumph or defeat depends on one's skill with the sword or one's magical might. Not upon one's skill with the sword or one's magical might, but upon one's will to win. No matter how powerful one's opponent, one must clear one's mind of all doubt and devote oneself entirely to overcoming the challenge they present. This is the first teaching of Angri-La, where disciples train day after day to master this mindset. Perhaps our teaching might aid you in your battles to come. Would you like to experience our training for yourself? This particular lesson involves defeating a mighty monster using certain pep power. Will you accept the challenge? A certain pep power, you say? Okay. Good, you have the spirit of a true disciple. I sense that you have braved the battlefield countless times before and performed the dance of death with many a foul fiend. This trial, I would have you slay one of the boreal serpents that haunt the paths of Mount Pangai during the day and hide themselves away at night. Now for some foes indeed. Not only that, you must use the pet power Blaze of Glory before felling the fiend. I'm pretty sure we need Eric for that. Maybe Serena. That's what comes to mind. Or it's one with Jade. Anyway, this skill vastly increases one's attacking might at the expense of defense. Wait, is that the one that I just learnt with Hendrik then? I take it back. It encourages one to eliminate all thoughts of defeat from one's mind and concentrate entirely on the offensive. Okay, that's the one that I just learnt with Hendrik. Never mind. There's one with Eric that increases the effectiveness of fire attacks, maybe earth attacks. That's one that I was thinking of, but what he described is the pet power that we learned with Eric. Anyway, do we need to exit from the lower level? I assume so. That'll make the most sense. Anything interesting on the map? Not really. This entire establishment appears to all be indoors. 80 gold. Very nice. There's an inn here. Beds. I haven't seen... One thing I haven't seen yet is a red door. And most, if not all, regions have a red door. So anyway, after we exit the temple, he said to head east. At the moment we're heading south, but maybe he means after we exit the region. So I assume he wants us to head this way. Okay, no entry without permission from the High Lama. Okay, luckily the High Lama is with us. I don't think he's actually a party member, he's just with us as a sort of meat shield. So that's pretty cool. Who are you? Why, if this isn't Luminary, His Holiness sent word that you'd be coming. We're going to rescue the hermit who went off the top of the mountain, correct? Please be careful. It would not do for one as important as yourself to go missing too. I think that's where I came from actually. I remember that little sort of opening. Unless that's a different opening. That's a red chest. Okay, so I think the summit is that way. A staff of anti-magic. Staves are unfortunately of no use to us at the moment, but I will hang on to it. So, it must be this way then. So where did I come from? Okay, yeah, I came from the base cave. And this is the summit tunnel, according to our map. Yes, it does look very much like a tunnel. Ooh. Ah, interesting. Out of interest, both Apple and Hendrik were pepped up recently, so I don't think they're going to be pepped up still. But let's have a look at the quest catalogue and... Boreal Serpent. And they're seen outside, so I won't find it in this cave. But I will attack what I do find in this cave. A black dragon. That is the most Dragon Quest enemy I've seen in this entire game. So, let's throw in a Dragon Slash. And, Hendrik has a fair bit of MP, not that much though. Let's do... Wait, what spells does he have? Okay, he has mid-heal and a few other spells which realistically I wouldn't use on Hendrik. Unless I did choose to go down the heroism tree. Which would make him a bit more of like a hero brute hybrid. Blistering Flames. Okay. Dragon Slash. Shouts. Is that gonna scare people? Yeah. Frozen with shock. Okay, that hits a decent bit. How much does a base attack do? Not much. I say not much. I'm counting anything under 100 as not a great deal. And Hendrik being level 86, I would want a bit more from him. Let's do another attack. That might finish it. Oh, almost, but not quite. I spammed A bit too much there. It should have been Dragon Slash, but okay. It's defeated. And we got Dragon Hide for our troubles. Do I want to do... Okay, yeah. Hendrik could use a bit more. I'll kill this thing because I will need it to progress. But it looks like we're going to get a decent amount of Dragon Slash uses. You don't really come across many, if any, dragons early on into the game. And that's reminded me, speaking of those crits, when Apple levels up, I will be increasing my crit chance. So that'll be nice. Flappity flap flap. Let's keep going. A lot of RT spam going on right now. What is that? Unicorn-esque looking creature. I'm gonna kill it because it looks interesting. A tantamount. I say unicorn, it's like a demonic version of a unicorn. I think a regular attack is probably our best bet. We seem to be like fiery enemies. Let's use a cutting edge. Cutting edge does a lot. A blood-curdling whinny. No one wants to hear that.
All is well that ends.
If we had a full party, these enemies would be a lot easier. That's interesting to note. Okay, let's just fly over all these. Yeah, I knew there was going to be something cool down here. Is it going to be something like past there, I wonder? A sorcerer's ring. Okay, I cannot fly under there, but that's fine. I also can't see it on the map either, so that makes sense. And I think we want to continue this way. Onwards and upwards. So a lot of the climbing isn't inclines really, it's just these really like cliff-esque slopes. Or just cliffs rather, not even slopes. And there's some stairs at the end. I will say that dragon is probably one of my favourite things that I can possess so far. Summit Shrine. Okay, there's a campsite there. That's the hermit. I was expecting more of someone that's wrapped up warm and like slightly hunched over. That's what I think of when I think of a hermit. But it looks like... No, I don't know what it looks like. He looks holy.
It seems we are too late. Is this the hermit we came in search of?
Unfortunately so. He was in deep meditation when he breathed his last. I am glad at least that he was prepared to meet his fate. But that posture, it is awful. Uniquely awful. I know it from somewhere.
Incredible! Issue 1 of the Ogler's Digest. and in mint condition. Ah, indeed. It seems our friend here made his peace with the world before departing. This, at least, is some small solace. Huh? But this is one of the royal treasures of Dundrasil. Why would a lowly hermit have such a... By the skies! Can it really be?
Lord Robert!
Your grandfather was Master Pang's most fervent disciple. Can he have chosen to follow his mentor to the next life, perhaps?
No, he is still breathing.
What?
His spirit hovers in the place between life and death. It is only a matter of time before he passes the point of no return. But there may yet be a way to save him. If you were to follow him into the void, you might be able to bring him back.
But how? Is this even possible?
The ancient teachings tell us that the summit of Mount Panglai stands at the crossroads between this world and the next. If you will permit me, I can perform an ancient rite that will send you to the place between worlds. But it is not a decision to be taken lightly. Once that place is entered, there is no guarantee of return. Well, will you take that chance? Will you visit the void and bring Lord Robert back to us? Very well. I will prepare for the ritual. Tell me when you are ready, and we will begin.
As soon as I saw up close the beard and the hat, I knew that was Rab. And obviously that book made it even more obvious. But yeah, wow. I don't need to know what's in that book. But yeah, let's go. Let's do this. Let's enter the void.
It is time to depart for the place to which every soul must go, but from which few ever return. It is time to perform the rite.
What is this foolish dance? What manner of ritual is this?
The void. We have entered the void. This is incredible. And we're alone. We can't bring our sword out either. Is that...
Another wandering soul drifts into my domain. Welcome, child, to the end of your journey. Destiny is cruel indeed to send me one so young. This may be a fruitless question, given the vacant expression you wear, but do you know what fate awaits you here? He is wise beyond his years. An intellectual giant. I must return to the world above and tell everyone I met such a marvel. Do you think me a fool, boy? Do not pretend. There is no need for pretense here. You are ignorant. This is as it should be. Let me unburden you of at least a little of your ignorance. I will explain in simple terms that even an idiot may understand. As you see, this world is a blank slate. It is a place of nothingness. Before Yggdrasil fell, departed souls would come here before returning to the World Tree. But now that the tree is gone, it is a place with an entrance but no exit. A dead end for the dead. A spiritual cul-de-sac. What I'm trying to tell you is that you will never leave this world. Before long, your soul will dissipate and be lost to the void. As long as the cycle of souls is interrupted, all who die will suffer the same fate. Until at last, the Lord of Shadows is the only one who remains. This is your destiny. Accept it, for you cannot change it. Or do you cling to the vain hope that the heart of Yggdrasil may be recovered from Mordegon's clutches? If you do, you are a fool. And yet, you would not be alone in your foolishness. There are others who refuse to accept that all is lost. Some people just don't know when to give up.
When I first saw her, I had an inkling that she was our mother. As in our actual mother. But... oh. It says something different on it now. When bright brand bores through heaven's doors, the sun shall rise over darkened skies and banish night with holy light. Okay, well, we gotta keep going.
Did you think that he chose death out of a sense of despair? You could not be more wrong. He came here with hope in his heart. The hope that one day he will defeat the Lord of Shadows. Your grandfather came to find me so that I might teach him the last of my secrets. You know who I am, of course. Foolish child. I am Pang, Grand Master of Angrila. Your grandfather's teacher and tormentor. Do you see the magic circle that surrounds him? The precise pattern of movements draws energy from the ether and channels it to create the mandala of Yggdrasil. This is the final secret. He has been flailing away like this ever since he arrived here. It is not good for him at his age. But when the great sigil is complete, he will have mastery over a power not seen since the Age of Heroes. Get out, knight! Don't you dare give up now! I'll beat your bottom black and blue, I swear it! Would you look at that? Perhaps he is not completely useless after all.
Hey! Did you
you see that? I finally did it! Oh, it was beautiful!
Yes, very impressive. I thought you had gone soft in your dotage, but it seems you still have some guts. Well done.
Jinx! Grandmaster Pang! Was that praise? Woohoo! For the first time in my long life, she's actually paid me a compliment. Oh, that's warmed my cockles more than 100 nips of the hard stuff.
Perhaps if you could stop congratulating yourself for one moment and squint beyond the end of your bulbous nose, you would see we have a visitor.
Oh my! Is it really you, laddie? Och, not you as well. Your poor young life snatched away from you. It's not fair. It's not fair, I tell you.
Oh, stop your sniveling. The boy is alive.
He's what? But what's he doing here then?
He and his friends found your body and sent his soul from the world above to bring you back.
Ah, really? But I only came here to... You went to all that trouble. As you can see, I'm perfectly fine. Finer than ever, in fact. Now that I've learned the final secret, you and me are going to be unstoppable. Come on, let's get back to our bodies and show that Lord of Shadows what we're made of.
Stop right there! Where do you think you are going?
I can't thank you enough for all you've done, Grandmaster. But now that my training's finished, I need to be on my way.
Finished? Oh, but we haven't even begun. Honored Luminary, if you would like to follow me.
I have a really bad feeling about this person and how she's going to turn into a boss and try and kill us.
Your grandfather has mastered the last secret of Angri-La. He now has the power to send enemies straight to the beyond. It is a technique first devised in the Age of Heroes by Morkant, brother-in-arms of the Luminary of Legend. For you, I have a technique no less impressive. An attack of such incredible power that it can tear through all 4 dimensions. It was devised by Erdwin himself during his training with Yi, our first Grand Master. And it will give you strength beyond reckoning, Luminary.
Well, that can't be a bad thing. Me with Morkant's spell and you with Erdwin's attack. We'll be unstoppable.
If you can master it. None since Erdwin has been able to do so. The training you must undergo to acquire this power will be more intense, more relentless, more excruciating than any you have faced before. Well, do you think you have what it takes to endure this most trying of trials? I knew you would make the right choice. Now, let us begin. The first step is to focus your mental energies and call forth a blade of pure light. Hold out your hand and try. As good as can be expected for a first attempt. The heat of battle should help to speed you up a little.
Battle? You mean you're going to fight him? Oh, no, the poor lad's not ready.
Me? Why would I rumple my nice clean robe when I have you to do my dirty work for me?
What? You're going to make me fight my own grandson?
Who better, Lord Robert? You have mastered all our secrets now. There is no one better suited to the task. And besides, I've always wanted to see two princes of Dundrasil battling it out. Let me know when you are ready to begin. Before we continue, allow me to give your grandfather an unfair advantage. All in the name of speeding up your training, of course.
Oh. 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 Oh.
Oh, aye! I've not felt this alive in decades! Let me at the little blighter!
That's the spirit. Don't hold back. Show him the true power of our last and greatest secret.
Just you watch me.
Luminary, prepare yourself. Beat back the onslaught and unleash the technique if you can. The more you use it, the stronger it will become. You must practice until it is perfect.
Here I come, laddie. It's time to show you what this old man can do.
Okay. Oh, I should have done a heal spell beforehand. Whoops. Oh, wow. Ah. Okay. Let's do a more heal. Whoops, I really should have checked my health beforehand. I had no clue. So, Quadraslash. A single enemy only version of an almighty attack originally used by the Luminary long ago. Let's try it. 16. Doppelgangers. Okay. Crackle. And Zap. That's gonna hit my defense, right? Okay. Let's try another Quadraslash and Rab. H2. Ooh, okay. I'm probably gonna die this round. Oh, I'm pepped up, that's nice. I'm gonna have to do more heal though. What does Anesthetize do? I have no clue. Another more heal. And then I'll start attacking again. What does this do? Oh, my spell resistance goes down a bit. Okay. I think the plan is to keep spamming Quadraslash, and eventually it will do a huge amount of damage to Rab. Oh, Rab wasn't already pepped up? Okay. Nice. Yeah, I have nothing that can help me in terms of defense or anything. So I'm just gonna have to keep Quadraslashing and hope that I can't get a one shot. 150, okay. 161, okay. Zam, that's gonna do a lot of damage. Okay, more heal again. $45. Rab's lost pep. 37. And, okay. This is gonna be a long battle indeed. This actually sucks. I'll die though. I'm gonna have to use the more heal and pray that he wastes a turn. Okay, he's wasted a turn there. He's preparing. What Deathman's gonna do? Assess the situation. That's good. That's great. Okay. Quadra Slash. Oh, that killed him. Awesome. Well, I didn't kill him. It just defeated him. That would totally defeat the point if we ended up actually killing him. Cause news. And we do have enough skill points for crit chance. So let's get that. Awesome. And awesome. We've activated 10 skill panels. I'm surprised we haven't activated more. That doesn't feel like a massive amount. But anyway. Oh, we unlock this secret panel here if we get that next. We'll see. We have 1 MP, so we're not going to be done for a while. We're not going to be able to get a skill for a while, rather. But anyway.
Oh, yes. Wonderful. I couldn't have beaten him more soundly myself. I must say, I doubted you had it in you. But you have proved me wrong. And for once, that is no bad thing. The power of the technique comes from your heart. Hone that greatest of weapons, and none will be able to stand before you. Now, I think it's time we peeled that old degenerate off the flagstones, don't you?
You beat me, even with the last secret of Angry-La in my side. Oh, I can't believe how much you've grown, laddie.
You weren't too much of an embarrassment, no. Perhaps I finally have a disciple worthy of the name.
Oh!
So this is where you have been hiding.
Wait, I know that voice.
Mordegan.
Sniveling worms. You thought to escape my clutches by cowering here in this ruined world. You have only delayed the inevitable.
No! Curse you! I had thought your powers could not reach us here. It seems I underestimated you. So inconsiderate. There was one last thing I wanted to teach you. Fine. It seems we must do it the hard way. You two will just have to learn the ultimate ability here and now. Or die trying.
What? So the last secret of Angry-La wasn't the last one? And Quadra Slash wasn't either?
Of course not, foolish man. There is another. A supreme skill devised by Grandmaster, i.e. one that Erdwin and Morkan performed together. Well, don't just stand there. Combine your powers. Revive the technique that was lost to us so long ago, so that I can die happy.
You dare to resist me?
You must do exactly as I say. Exactly when I say it. We have only one chance. Robert, do not think. Act. Use the technique I taught you. Quickly! slash! Yes, the last and greatest of all the secrets of Angrilar. The technique to end all techniques. Solar flare!
He is back with us. But he is greatly weakened. We must get him to the temple right away.
Exhausted after the events of the void, Apple falls into a deep sleep. In his dreams, he sees the smiling face of Grandmaster Pang, lit by the light of the ultimate ability of Angrilar. Then morning comes.
Ah. You are finally awake. Good. I feared you had suffered some lasting injury. Lord Robert awoke a short while ago. He's outside speaking with the High Lama. We should join them.
Oh my goodness. So it's good to hear that Rab is safe with us. It is a shame that Master Pang sounds like she's passed on. But other than that, oh my goodness, we learned some new techniques. This is great. Okay. What I want more than anything right now is a church, because this is the perfect time to end it off.
Oh, hello there, laddie. Better late than never, eh? What are you staring at me like that for? Is there something on my face?
It is your physique, Lord Robert. You were a good deal slighter only a short time ago.
Oh, that! Nothing a good breakfast couldn't cure. Aye, the Grand Master put me through worse on more than one occasion.
Lord Robert has told me what came to pass in the void, that you met Grand Master Pang, and that she trained you in the ancient arts. I hear that you were even able to master the ultimate abilities of your ancestor Erdwin. You have my congratulations.
And I hear that I owe you a debt of thanks, Sir Henrik, for looking after the boy here while I was away.
Please think nothing of it, my lord. It is the least I could do to make amends for all the wrongs I have done. Indeed, I feel I must apologize.
Oh, don't torture yourself over it, son. We've all been pawns in Mordegon's game. You've nothing to apologize for.
Thank you. Truly. What do you intend to do now? We had hoped to find guidance here in Angrilar, but alas, we find ourselves at an impasse.
Well, funnily enough, I was just thinking about something Grandmaster Pang told me. She said old Erdwin used a very special form of transport when he went after the Dark One. Some sort of sacred flying contraption.
Whatever could that mean?
I didn't get the chance to ask her any more about it. But it sounds like just what we need to get up to that castle and knock Mordegon off his perch. As for our old friends, none of them were exactly the giving up type, eh? If I'm still alive and kicking, you can bet the rest of them are out there somewhere. So, what say we head over to Arborea and keep an eye out for our pals on the way? If this flying doodad's supposed to be sacred, the folks over there'll know something about it for sure. There's no time to lose. The longer we wait, the stronger Mordegon gets. So, let's get going.
Amazing! Rab has rejoined the party. New panels have been unlocked. That raises questions because Eric had a bunch of panels that were already unlocked. Okay, so Rab can use Pearly Gates, and Apple and Rab can use the Solar Flare pet power. Awesome.
Honored Luminary, we disciples of Angri-La will do all that we can to aid you in your preparations to take on the Lord of Shadows. We have even devised a special training regime for you. Visit us again soon. We will stand ready to help you hone your powers.
Aye.
It is nice to see Hendrik reuniting with our party members as well. So, a disciple worthy of the name, awarded for overcoming the unforgiving trials of Grandmaster Pang and mastering the most closely guarded secrets of Angri-La. And we've got at least 50 accolades, which is awesome too. So, let us head downstairs and let us head to the church. I was just thinking, I'm going to be really interested to see what the reunion between Jade and Hendrik's going to be like. That will be sentimental, I'm sure. But for now, oh, Rab was level 37 now, that's pretty cool. So we'll probably get some new skills from next time. But for now, thank you all so much for watching and have a great day.